Once again, session of Hoodies the podcast. Test 1, 2. This is Hoodies. Let's do it, man. Live from the skill suite. Yo, coming at you, man. Yeah. Are we back? 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 Word. Peace. Want to welcome you back to another dope episode of Hoodies the podcast. I'm the host, the God Rashidi, coming at you live from the skill suite. Well, maybe not so live, but we coming at you. You can believe that one. Keep the round of applause going. Keep it going. First of all, thank you once again for being here. You know what I mean? Listen, keep the round of applause going. Clap for yourself if you were active today. Not necessarily the gym, but maybe you went for a good walk, a jog even. You know what I'm saying? We need to promote that more. Health is wealth. There's a lot of our loved ones, man. A lot of our loved ones are sick. As we get older, so do our, friends, family friends, and family, period. You know, our uncles. Well, for some of us, our grandparents are gone. You know, for some of us, our mothers and fathers are gone. So yeah, health is wealth, and my condolences go out to anybody who's lost a loved one. My heart goes out to you. One day it'll all make sense. I mean, I suppose it makes sense now. Just, I guess what I'm trying to say is at some point, we'll hold on to the great memories. You know what I'm saying? More so than the loss of not being able to physically see this person and reach out and touch this person. That's what I'm trying to say. So my condolences if you've lost a loved one. And since we're on the subject, let's just get it out of the way. I want to send out an RIP to Peebo Bryson. His real name was Robert Peebo Bryson. I think Peebo was probably his nickname, I guess. Anyway, Peebo Bryson, he just passed on the 2nd. I'm not necessarily sure what the cause of death is. So shout out to him. My condolences to his family, fans, all that good stuff, man. We're losing a lot of great ones, like I said. Let's just have a quick moment of silence for the loved ones we've lost. For people, Bryce, just people, period. A moment of silence. Word. It'll get better, man. I'd like to think that it's someday, like I said, you will hold on to those, the beautiful memories with that person or those persons rather than the loss of not being able to reach out and touch them. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, health is wealth, man. You can't convince me that they ain't trying to kill us with the food. You can't convince me of that. You know what I'm saying? There's mad salt, mad sugar. So I wish us all better health, better habits. Physically, if you can't reach down, touch your toes. If you can't stand up straight, reach down, touch your toes, there's a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? If you can't stand up straight and look down and see your toes, there's a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Even if you slim, you probably could fall back on all the beer. Look at your stomach, fam. You know what I mean? If you're a smoker, not necessarily cigarettes, it's crazy to know people still smoke cigarettes in 2026, right? That's crazy. That's real crazy. But if you're an avid weed smoker, man, take a couple days off, man. Give your lungs, matter of fact, give your lungs a rest and try some edibles or some shit. Everybody got some habits that they could change. Everybody's got some wiggle room where they could do better. You know what I'm saying? And before we get on with this episode, if you need a sign, here's the sign. Get your in the gym. Get active with your big back ass. You know what I'm saying? Let's all do better. Word. Let's do it. Yeah. There's a saying that says that it's better to be a warrior in the garden than a gardener in war. That's pretty profound. Let me read that one more time. It's better to be a warrior in the garden. It's better to be a warrior in the garden than a gardener in war. Word. Check this out right here.
Go ahead on, man. Watch out the way, man. Watch out the way, man.
Hey, y'all need to stop, man. Y'all need to stop. I got it. You can't put your hands on him, bro.
That's it, right? Put your fucking phone. Let me go, man. Let me
Now.
go, man.
Something wrong, man.
Let me go, man. Let me go, man. Let me go, man. Let me go, man. Let me go.
Hey, y'all need to stop, yo.
Dude, please, man. I'm begging you, please. I'm begging you, please, man. Dude, I'm begging you.
Hey, so check it. Another fight video, right? So check it. I don't condone violence. That's rather cliche, right? A lot of us say we don't condone violence. Hold on a second. Grams of protein. Anyway, so check it. In this video right here, I'm not necessarily sure what's going on. I don't know if this is some type of situation where the brother is maybe a felon and he's on some type of program where he has to have this job. I'm not necessarily sure where this is even at. They look like welders though, because if you look at the white dude, he's got that hat on with the face drawn on it, so that you do that flicker down and it comes over like that with a real dark lens, so that you can weld, so that the real bright light won't affect your vision. So I'm not necessarily sure. It looks like they're maybe on some vessel. I don't know. So I don't know what type of program this is, but judging off the way the white dude, who I'm assuming is the boss, or maybe the supervisor, or just one of them dudes that's been around a while, who's real good with the supervisor or the boss, and so he's throwing some weight around, or even if he is the boss, you can just tell by the way he's throwing his weight around. You know what I'm saying? There's something else to this, but I just don't know what it is. Now, notice how our brother is telling dude, go ahead, man. Go ahead on, man. You know what I mean? Listen, he says it over and over. If you notice, he starts to beg him. He starts I'm begging you, man.
Yo, please, man. I'm begging you, please. I'm begging you, please, man. Dude, I'm begging you.
I'm begging you. Like, leave me the fuck alone. I'm begging you, man. And listen, and this also must be something that happens on a regular, because there's people in the background saying, yo, you can't be putting your hands on people. Well, some of them's like, y'all need to chill, when it was only one aggressor.
Stop, man. I got it. You can't put your hands on him, bro. Hey, y'all need to stop, man. Y'all need to stop, man. I got it.
You know what I mean? It was only one aggressor, and it was the white dude. You know? That's a shitty way to get somebody to do something. Unless this dude is habitually just deviating from their job. I didn't get that. I didn't get that from this. All I see is the brother keep telling him, look, chill. Leave me alone, man. Get the fuck off me. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. You know a brother ain't trying to, he don't want no, you know when a brother don't want no trouble. When he starts begging somebody who's already pushing them around and grabbing them by the throat and shit.
I got it.
You know that man wants no smoke. He wants none. But then, as I just said, that Chinese proverb, it's better to be a warrior in the garden than a gardener in war. It's apparent he's a warrior who chose, I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. He chose to drip instead of crash. You know the whole thing, water be water. And they say water because water is formless, shapeless. It's adaptable. It can drip, all calm like, or it can crash. Be water, my friend. Which is another whole quote, I believe, from Bruce Lee. Or maybe he got it from somewhere. The point is, even a rock gets tired of being kicked. And although, like I said, I don't condone violence, but sometimes violence is necessary. In this case, I don't know. I don't know if the brother had other options. Maybe he could have just walked off the work site. That's another option if you really, really wanted to avoid violence. Let's just keep it funky. That was another option that he could have chose. He could have just said, fuck it, and maybe went over his head. I don't know. You know? But apparently he didn't choose that. He chose to keep pleading with this man, leave me alone, until he snapped. And I find it rather ironic, because the man was bullying him. I find it rather ironic that, first of all, it was a smack that took him out. Now the rest of it, sometimes YouTube be bugging out, so I just bleeped it out and just let you just hear it, cause I don't know. The last video I had to change some things and then repost it, so I don't know what YouTube will allow, and what they won't allow. I do know to some degree, but I didn't want to chance it. But what I found, first of all, like I said, it was a smack that took him to the ground. Let's call him Brother Gardner. Brother Gardner, look at me, I got the Brother Gardner snapped and had to keep pounding him. If you saw the video, you know what I'm talking about. He just kept pounding him and pounding him. Didn't I tell you leave me alone? Didn't I tell your ass to leave me the fuck alone? Didn't I? And like I said, I find it rather ironic that, number one, it was a smack that took him out or took him down. But when you're a kid and you wrestling with your bros, whatever, and somebody gets you down, by doing the same thing he do, smack you, or y'all just wrestled and boom, he got you on the ground. When you're on the ground, even as kids, when somebody's on you, you buck and try to turn over in something. If you've seen this video, you know what I'm talking about. That white man he had none of that in him. None of that. He was just taking a pounding. You did all of that, and you not prepared to at least try to get out of being. He was mounted. He was on top of him. Just giving it to him. Didn't I tell you to leave me alone? Didn't I tell you? And he's all right, man. All right, man. Get off of me, man. All right, damn. Like he did something to him. Leave people alone, man. White folk, leave black people alone. There was a much better way that could have been handled on that, whatever his position is. Apparently it's a position of power. And I don't know what brother was dealing with. I don't know if he's a felon and he needs that job, or I don't know. And I hope that's not the case, because after that ass whooping, he's probably going back in, or he's probably not going to have that job. Now, granted, he's got witnesses there who saw it happen, apparently, because somebody was holding the phone. That's how we got it, right? He was not the aggressor. Just will they see it that way is the question. This is one of those instances where violence was warranted. When a man, I don't give a fuck what his nationality is, a man has pride. White, black, purple, and everything in between. A man's got pride. At some point, a man's going to get tired of being pushed around. And you pushed and pushed until it was a point of no return. Black power. Dead ass. Now, I ain't going to bail you out. It's probably super old anyway. I ain't bailing you out. Those are the consequences that come with fighting back, brother. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? You was a warrior in the garden. You understand? And it was time to bring that warrior out. And homie had nothing. No type of fight back. No nothing. And see, when he went to the ground, his helmet came off. I'd have grabbed the helmet and I'd have got the helmet and start bashing it in. Which would have made it worse. So don't listen to me. The point is, that Chinese proverb is almost like, some people who carry a pistol, some people who carry a knife or a bat or some nunchucks even. A lot of us like to say it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. It's kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? Crazy, man. But there's got to be more to that situation. For a man to plead the way he was pleading. And like I said, the white dude must have a habit of treating people a certain way. He fucked around and found out that day. You know what I'm saying? So kudos to the brother. I wonder what happened to him. He showed a lot of restraint, really tried. But he let him have it. I ain't gonna front, I was pretty satisfied. Let's go to another video here. Let's just check it out. We'll talk about it afterwards. Check it out.
We have new information about the West Memphis teacher arrested and charged with aggravated assault for an incident involving a student. 56-year-old Tracy Matthews was allegedly caught on camera choking a child at Wonder Junior High School. WRG's Raven Copeland has reaction from a resident who's calling for accountability.
Tracy Matthews, a teacher at Wonder Junior High School, faces an aggravated assault charge for allegedly putting his hands on a student on April 15th. West Memphis police say the confrontation started in a classroom and was caught on surveillance video. According to the police report, it all started when the student told Matthews, quote, "Bruh, I don't have a computer." Matthews then responded with, quote, "I'm not your bruh, I'm your sir." When the student said, quote, "My bad, little bruh," police say Matthews grabbed the student by his shirt and pushed him against a desk.
They're not supposed to just put their hands on the kids like that because they call him bruh. He is a bruh.
The police report shows the student then walked out and was followed by Matthews, who allegedly grabbed him by his neck, pushed him against the wall, and choked him, making it hard for him to breathe.
He shouldn't have never put his hands on a student like that, and he's a teacher too. What kind of discipline that is for the rest of the community,
The student reported the incident to the principal, who then obtained surveillance video and contacted West Memphis police, who arrested Matthews. A resident who lives near the school says he wants Matthews to be held fully accountable.
And what he should do is just be fired and be put in jail for disciplining a minor. Anger should be left at home and not in the school. not in the workplace.
In a statement, the West Memphis School District says it's aware of the, quote, isolated incident and, quote, appreciates its partnership with the West Memphis Police Department, which helps contribute to the safety of all district schools. Reporting from West Memphis, Arkansas, for your news leader, Raven Copeland, WREG, News Channel 3.
Now, I can tell you, we also asked the school district if Matthews is still employed at Wood Junior High School, but a spokesman for the district says he's unaware about Matthews' current employment status. We will keep you updated as we learn more.
All right, so let me just start off first by saying this teacher from, was it West Memphis, was it 56 something, 50 something, he's a little older than me. I get the frustration when these youngins refer to us as bro. I don't love it either. In fact, I don't like it at all. I'm not your bro. And I probably wouldn't go as far as saying I'm your sir. I mean, even though I am, brother told no lies when he said I'm not your bro, I'm your sir. Because that is, in fact, right and exact. Yo, and then for little dude to double back and say, what did he say? Did he say little bruh? Hold on, let's get this right. Hold on.
By his shirt, and police say Matthews grabbed the student by his shirt and.
Hold on.
Bruh, I'm your sir. When the student said, quote, my bad, little bruh.
My bad, little bruh. My bad, little bruh.
Police say Matthews grabbed the student by his shirt and pushed him against a desk.
He's not supposed to.
So, before I get to the witness, which bugged me out a little bit, but, bro, you can't be. I get it. I get the frustration, but you can't put your hands on folk. You can't put your hands on these youngins. I get the frustration. You can't do that, fam. You being the teacher, you could always kick the kid out of class. You talk to him, you let him know what it was. I'm not your bro, I'm your sir. Dead ass. That's right and exact. And he comes back with my bad, little bruh. Out my classroom, man. Get the fuck out of here. I'm getting him out of my classroom. You're done. You're done. I don't give a fuck what happens to him after that. I'm getting out of the class, but to grab him up, choke him, and they got footage of him choking the kid, it's not a good look, brother. That's not a good look. You were a warrior in the garden. A garden, that classroom is a garden of fresh minds to be molded. I get some kids are past it. Yes, upbringing does matter. You know what I'm saying? Certain upbringings, because listen, bruh, and you know, kids calling people bruh. So almost just about most of the kids that I know use that type of terminology, and it doesn't necessarily matter if it's male or female. Or if a male is addressing a male or female or not. A lot of times that don't even matter. Or if that female is addressing male or female. Bro, it's bro, bruh. It's just kind of what it is, right? So, damn, I forgot what I was gonna say. But this was my point. A lot of them say that, but depending on the upbringing, they know who they can and cannot say that type of shit to. You understand? And okay, 9 times out of 10, not 9 times out of 10, but there's some of them who don't know. I'll say that there's some youngins who actually don't know. You know, address me as bruh, and I'll let you know. Don't call me bro. I mean, don't call me bro. You can call me Ra, you can call me Mr. Ra, but what you're not gonna call me is bro. I'm not your bro. I don't necessarily say it like that, but I'm not your bro. So some of them you have to let know, and depending on the upbringing, you'll never hear that from them again. Some of them don't give two shits. They're gonna say it. Just is what it is. They're gonna say it. But to snatch up a kid and choke him out, nah, that's not the ticket. Kick him out the classroom. Just get him out of here. You know what I mean? That's not a good look to be choked. That didn't help at all. You understand? You aren't being physically pushed. your patience is being tested. That's when you got to understand that's when you have to understand that there's nothing you can do with this kid, at least not right now. Get him out your classroom. That would have been a much better way to handle that. Now, for the witness, that brother, you ever notice that when the news interviews folk, especially particularly our people, they always get the how can I label them? I want to call him a Sambo. But you is a bruh. Why you getting mad? He calling you bruh. You is a shut the fuck up, old man.
He is a bruh. He is a bruh. He is a bruh.
Knock it off, man. Sure. Shouldn't bring violence in the classroom. You are right. That young man is wrong. That young man is wrong. And what the fuck you are, bruh? What? Oh man, elder, are you allowing little kids to call you bruh? Cause you a bruh? Should we accept certain things from our people just cause we a bruh? That sounds stupid. What else this man said? I want to make sure I get him right, man. What else the man them said? Oh, hold on.
Just put their hands on the kids like that because they call him bruh. He is a bruh.
He is a bruh. Shut the fuck up. Oh man.
Was followed by Matthews.
James Barber is his name.
His neck, pushed him against the wall and choked him, making it hard for him to breathe.
He shouldn't have never put his hands on a student like that, and he's a teacher too. What kind of discipline that is for the rest of the community, you know?
The student reported the incident to the principal, who then obtained surveillance video and contacted West Memphis police, who arrested Matthews. A resident who lives near the school says he wants Matthews to be held accountable.
And what he should do is just be fired and be put in jail for disciplining the minor. Anger should be left at home and not in the school. Not in the workplace.
In a statement, the West Memphis school
don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. The brother is right in terms of, anger shouldn't be in the schools. It should not be in the workplace. But to accept that behavior because he's a bruh, that just rubbed me the wrong way. But as far as teachers in the school, us men, who knows? A lot of us are dealing with personal issues, some with the men or young men in our own family. Who knows what type of trauma and what type of carry we're carrying as men. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I get the frustration with being addressed as bruh. Right? But choking them up in the classroom, preventing them from being able to breathe, that's a bit excessive. You know what I'm saying? I can see if the kid is along with calling you bruh, if the kid is being violent and belligerent and violent in the classroom, say assailing you, attacking you, now that's different. Now if that kid is attacking you, then sure, snatch that ass up. Because you doing little. You know what I'm saying? So I get that. Just to calm them down, let them know this ain't what you want. But unprovoked, other than just by what he said, you could have just kicked him out the classroom. He's being a smart ass. You go ahead and let him be a smart ass out there in the hallway. You know what I'm saying? I just wish the old head would have made mention of how some of these youngins can be a little disrespectful. They can push your buttons. In fact, I don't think teachers get paid enough, if you ask me. You know what I mean? That's yet another area where we need to do better. Another example, of why we need mentorship. That's why it's important. Young men like that need to be snatched up and taught something to. Need to snatch him up and teach him something. Because apparently he don't know. Somebody need to get him hip. You know what I mean? That's all I got to say about that. Yeah. So yeah, before I get out of here, I just want to say congratulations to all the youngins who have just graduated, whether it's from elementary to middle school, or from middle school to high school, or from high school, to college or the military, or to the workforce or trade school or something like that. I salute all y'all. Word. And it's a group effort. It's not just the students, because kids go through things in these school years, and things that require some wisdom from their parents or their uncles, from other families. So this is a group effort. Moms put in that work, pops put in that work, grandpa put in some work, big bros have put in work, mentors have put in work. It takes a village. Have put in all this work, and boom, now we got graduations popping off. So in those senses, we're doing exceptionally well, right? In sports right now, it's the finals. I think the last time I potted, it was the Spurs in Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City did not come out the victor. In 7 games, they was taken out. So right now, we just had Game 3 last night. Madison Square Garden was bananas. The president, Trump, was there. But anyway, so the Spurs finally got a win. So the series is 2-1 right now. So I'm hoping the series goes 7 games. I'm hoping it goes 7 games. And I got to admit, the Knicks are a lot better than I gave them credit for. And look, the Spurs are a lot better than what I gave them credit for. So, yeah. Hold on. Yup. Yup. Appreciate it. Word. Clipper blades. Word up. So yeah, man, that's all I really got going on right now. Ooh, I get it. That's all I really got going on right now. Just wanted to stop through, show some love. Thank y'all once again for watching my content. The shorts, the pods themselves. Thank you for the comments and so on and so forth. Thank you to my new subscribers. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the fold. Welcome to the God Rashidi plane. You know what I mean? Spiritual plane. You know what I mean? Stick around, man. I'm gonna take you somewhere. Real quick, shout out to anybody who's got a born day today, man. Word, new life, more life. I don't care if you're fresh out the womb or you've been here a while. I salute you once again. You are one of one. It's the only person with this blueprint, right? Live it up, man. Because life, even on your longest day, life is short. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna keep y'all too much longer. Yeah, man, it's always good being back. Y'all stay up, and hold on. I want to see if there's anything else I need to mention, and I think there is not. I think there's nothing to mention. So yeah, man, yeah. So we good. Y'all stay up. I'm the God Rashidi. This is Hoodies, man. Peace. Hey, this is Hoodies.